Hey guys, Anna here with Canine Co-Pilots with my buddy Luke. Welcome to your first ever update lesson video for Luke stay here with me during his board and train. Before we get too deep into training and before we get kind of talking about the do's and don'ts and yeses and nos and things, well, we are going to talk about yeses and nos, but before we kind of talk about true commands or true obedience, first I need to talk to both Luke and you guys about our training tools. And our first level of training tools with any dog are our verbal tools, our verbal markers. And that's what we're going to focus on today. There's two kinds of verbal markers. There's positive verbal markers and there's negative markers. First topic of interest today will be our positive markers. There are two types, I guess you could say. There's our marker word, yes, and bridge words or helper words like super, nice, good boy. And if you notice how I said those, they're long and stretched out like a bridge, right? Makes sense. The marker word yes is sacred. Yes means the behavior you just did is what I wanted and I would like to see it again. It does not mean please come back to me or please give me your attention. It is not a beg. It is not a desperate attempt to get a dog's obedience or attention. It is marking the correct behavior. So hypothetically speaking, let's say I asked Luke to sit. I would use my marker word when his bottom hit the ground, yes. And that yes would be followed with a snack. My goal in doing this is to attach a positive chemical response to hearing the word yes. I want to classically condition Luke to hear the word yes and feel good about himself and feel nice, right? Which ultimately will add positive feelings towards behaviors that he's just done, such as sitting the first time or downing or going to his place, okay? Yes is not our release word. Yes does not release a dog from the behavior. It simply tells him he's right. And we'll talk about that more in depth later, but the word, actually I guess there's three verbal markers, I'm sorry. The word that releases a dog from the behavior is okay. And okay says he's done sitting, he's done downing, he's done heeling, he can go on his way, all right? And then we can either start a new interaction or ask for a new behavior or whatever we're gonna do next. The next item of business, and I'm gonna show you guys examples of all these, so don't panic. The next item of business would be our negative marker. Our negative marker I use is and I don't say it real strong. You can use it in different strengths if you need it, but it's a simple and that means that's a mistake, that's not what I wanted, try something else. My if I just say them, they have no value. They have no meaning to the dog, they're just noise, okay? So when I say the word I pair that with a little tug on the leash. It's a little pump, and that tells the dog in a real obvious way that something is happening, I should change what I'm doing. And you're gonna see this in a second kind of at play. The other negative marker is the word no. And most people, the reason we don't use no as our negative marker is people are bad at it. The word no almost always comes with a very strong, that's a good boy, with a very strong negative feeling behind it, a very no, and it's overused. It's overused and it's ruined. So with my dogs, or dogs I've trained, I don't use the word no unless it's paired to something I never want to see again and a large amount of pressure. We'll talk more about that later on down the line because that's not where we're at with training. Super guy. I hope that all makes sense. So essentially what I want to focus on today is the yes markers and the negative ahs and bumps, okay? Mostly the yes markers. So to show you that in action, the first activity I do with a dog that I'm training, not only do I play with them first, of course, so I make sure they're my friend, but when I start teaching things, I use a game called the name game to offer me the opportunity to make training. And what that means is I'm gonna collect him up here and get his toy from him, and I'm gonna let him disengage from me and go on. I'll say his name. When he looks at me, I'll say yes, and I'll immediately offer him a snack. What I'm doing in this exercise is I'm building tools. Good boy, nice, good job. I'm building that up and I'm building up that yes to have more value because I'm pairing it with the food every time. You'll also see me, if I say his name and he doesn't quite look back to me right away, I'll use the leash to give a little tap, a little tug, and when he looks back, I'll mark that behavior. I will talk about those leash bumps later a little bit deeper, and they will be used quite a bit. But for now, I just want him to feel that and redirect his attention towards me. Ready? So, without further ado, let's get to work. All right, buddy, ready? Ready? Oh, super nice, super guy, good boy. So I'm gonna steal his toy. Good job. I'm gonna toss it over here as a distraction. Malfunction, my bad. Ready, buddy? Let him get away. Luke, yes. Luke, yes. Good boy. Luke, yes. Very nice. Good job, buddy. Good job. Oh, I smell good, huh? Luke, yes. Very good. Very good. So right there you saw his first like guidance. Yes. Good. Good job. Okay. Luke. Yes. Good dog. Good boy, buddy. Let's see if we can do that again. Good boy. Yes. Nice. So that time while he was here, he did not jump on me, right? So I'm going to pay that right away. Luke. Yes. Good job. Oh. Come on, buddy. Luke. Yes. Good job. Luke. Yes. Good boy. Good job. Good work. Cool, guys. I think that was a really good example of utilizing those tools. He's got a really good response to his name, so that's good to see. We're going to kind of keep going on this stuff. I got a lot of work to do. Lots of work to do on that jumping. That's really, really terrible. But we'll get that taken care of here in the next couple of days. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please let me know. But you'll see the use of those marker words and those release words and things throughout the training, so now you'll know what's going on. Otherwise, talk to you soon. Thank you.